Your phone, the next big target for hackers. Imagine waking up one morning to find that your bank account has been emptied, your social media hacked, and your private data exposed, all through your phone. This is the harsh reality for millions of smartphone users. Our phones are basically mini computers now, holding everything from our photos and messages to our bank details and passwords. With cybercrime on the rise, protecting your phone from hackers is more critical than ever. In today's video, I'm breaking down 7 essential tips to safeguard your phone from hackers, backed by the latest trends and threats in the cyber world. Think of it as your ultimate guide to mobile security. We'll cover everything from simple steps like updating your software to more advanced techniques like using a VPN on public Wi-Fi. Stay tuned because protecting your digital life starts now. All right, first up, let's talk about software updates. We've all seen those annoying pop-ups telling us to update our phones, right? It's tempting to just ignore them, but trust me, these updates are crucial for your phone's security. Every time your phone's operating system or an app releases an update, it's patching up potential vulnerabilities. These vulnerabilities are like open doors for hackers. They can exploit these weaknesses to install malware, steal your data, or even take control of your phone remotely. Hackers are always on the lookout for these vulnerabilities, so the longer you wait to update your phone, the more vulnerable you become. Now, I know what you're thinking. Updates can be slow, and sometimes they even mess up my phone. But the truth is, the risks of not updating far outweigh the inconvenience. Most updates these days are pretty seamless. They happen in the background and you don't even notice them. So bottom line, make it a habit to check for updates regularly and install them as soon as possible. This goes for both your phone's operating system, whether it's iOS or Android, and all your apps. And hey, if you're really serious about security, you can even enable automatic updates so you don't have to think about it. Staying updated is key. So, do yourself a favor, hit that update button, and let's move on to the next tip. Okay, let's talk passwords. Your phone is like a digital vault and your password is the key. And just like you wouldn't protect your valuables with a flimsy lock, you don't want to use a weak password for your phone. I'm talking about those obvious choices like 123456 or password. Believe it or not, these are still some of the most common passwords out there, which is like leaving a welcome mat out for hackers. Hackers use sophisticated tools that can crack weak passwords in seconds. So what makes a strong password? It needs to be long, complex, and unique. Think a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. And don't even think about using the same password for multiple accounts. That's like using the same key for your house, your car, and your office. But even the strongest password can be vulnerable. That's where two-factor authentication comes in. This adds an extra layer of security by requiring you to enter a unique code from an app or a text message in addition to your password. Setting up two-factor authentication is usually a breeze. Just dive into your phone's settings, look for the security section, and you should find it there. Together, a strong password and two-factor authentication make it nearly impossible for unwanted guests to get in. Let's be real, we all love free Wi-Fi. Whether it's at a coffee shop, airport, or hotel, it's super tempting to jump on any available network, especially when you're on the go. But here's the thing. Public Wi-Fi networks are often unsecured, which means your data is vulnerable to interception by hackers. Using public Wi-Fi is like having a conversation in a crowded room. Anyone can eavesdrop and listen to what you're saying. Hackers can use various techniques to intercept your data on these networks, including man-in-the-middle attacks. So what can you do to protect yourself? The best option is to avoid public Wi-Fi altogether when handling sensitive information like online banking or shopping. Stick to your mobile data, which is generally more secure. If you absolutely have to use public Wi-Fi, try to use a VPN or a virtual private network. A VPN encrypts your internet traffic, making it much harder for hackers to snoop on your data. There are tons of great VPN services out there, both free and paid. Remember, when it comes to public Wi-Fi, it's always better to err on the side of caution. All right, let's talk about apps. They're what make our smartphones so smart, right? But downloading apps from shady sources is like leaving your phone's front door wide open. Official app stores like the Apple App Store and Google Play Store have strict security measures in place. They vet apps before they're available for download, making sure they're free of malware and other threats. But when you download apps from unofficial sources or third-party app stores, you're taking a huge risk. These apps often haven't been properly vetted, which means they could be loaded with malware designed to steal your data, track your every move, or even turn your phone into a botnet. And the worst part is, these malicious apps can be disguised as legitimate ones. Hackers are getting smarter, making their apps look like popular games, utilities, or social media platforms. So you might think you're downloading a harmless flashlight app, but you're actually installing malware that could compromise your entire phone. The golden rule is this: always, always, always download apps from official app stores. It's the safest way to ensure that the apps you're installing are legitimate and trustworthy. If you're ever unsure about an app, just do a quick Google search. Check out reviews from trusted sources and see what other users are saying. Chapter 5. Don't take the bait. Avoiding phishing scams. Let's talk phishing scams. These are one of the oldest tricks in the hacker's playbook, but they're still incredibly effective. They prey on human psychology, using our curiosity, trust, and even fear against us. A phishing scam is a fraudulent attempt to trick you into revealing personal information, like your passwords, credit card details, or social security number. Hackers do this by sending emails, text messages, or even direct messages on social media that look like they're from a legitimate source. These messages often create a sense of urgency or fear, urging you to click on a link or open an attachment, and if you do, you could be redirected to a fake website designed to steal your information, or worse, you could download malware onto your phone. Phishing scams are getting increasingly sophisticated. Hackers are now using advanced techniques to make their emails and messages look incredibly convincing. So how can you protect yourself? Be skeptical. Don't trust any unsolicited messages that ask for your personal information, even if they look official. Always double-check the sender's address. Hover over links before you click on them, and look for any red flags. Chapter 6. App Permissions. Don't just click Allow. Okay, let's talk app permissions. You know those pop-ups that ask if an app can access your camera, microphone, contacts, or location. We often just blindly click Allow without even thinking twice. But the truth is, these permissions give apps a lot of power, and if they fall into the wrong hands, they could be used to spy on you, steal your data, or even hijack your phone. Not all apps need access to all of your phone's features. Does a flashlight app really need access to your contacts? Does a calculator app need to know your location? Probably not. So, it's crucial to be mindful of the permissions you're granting and to only allow access to the features that an app actually needs to function. Both iOS and Android give you granular control over app permissions, allowing you to revoke access to specific features at any time. Remember, it's all about finding a balance between convenience and security. By being mindful of app permissions, you can enjoy the benefits of using apps while minimizing the risk of compromising your privacy. Chapter 7. The Ultimate Safety Net, Remote Tracking and Wiping. Losing your phone, or even worse, having it stolen, is a nightmare scenario. But even if the worst happens, you don't have to lose everything. That's where remote tracking and wiping come in. These features can be lifesavers, giving you the power to locate your phone, protect your data, and even remotely erase everything on your device if it falls into the wrong hands. Both iOS and Android come with built-in tools that allow you to track your phone's location, remotely lock it, display a message on the lock screen, or even erase all of its data. You can usually access these tools through a web browser or another device. Some tracking features, like those that rely on GPS, might not work if your phone is turned off or doesn't have an internet connection. However, many modern phones have features that allow them to send their last known location even when they're offline. Enabling remote tracking and wiping is usually a straightforward process. Just head into your phone's settings, look for the security or privacy section, and you should find the options there. Taking a few minutes to set these features up now could save you from a major headache down the line. It's like having an insurance policy for your phone and all the valuable data it holds. Outro: stay safe, stay secure. To recap, Keep your software updated, use strong passwords and two-factor authentication, be cautious of public Wi-Fi, download apps only from trusted sources, avoid phishing scams, manage app permissions, and enable remote tracking and wiping. These 7 essential tips are your first line of defense in the digital world. Remember, cybersecurity is an ongoing process. Hackers are constantly evolving their tactics, so it's crucial to stay informed and to adapt your security practices accordingly. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to HackStop for more tips on staying safe in the digital world. Until next time.